Good morning, internet. It is Sunday, so that means it is time for another plan with me. I apologize if I sound a little bit weird, but it's pretty early today. I don't think I've ever gotten up this early to film a plan with me. That's why the shadowing is still there, because the light is not quite out yet. But I just have a lot to do today, and I realized that I might not have time to film a plan with me during my normal time, because I usually like to film around 10-11. That's when the light where I am is really good. The sun is completely risen and it's very fresh and the lighting is amazing. So yeah, sorry if it doesn't look as great. I'll go into all the stuff I need to get into today as I do the plan with me. So the kit I'm going to use is this one. You've already seen this, I think, in one of the hauls I recently did. Love Cloud Creative. Looking at my selection of hauls, I started realizing, oh, I'm definitely going to have to pick up some new stickers from different shops, because I feel like I'm reusing the same shops again and again, which is not a problem at all, but I kind of want to show you guys kits from other shops as well. So I feel like I've done a lot of Australian shops. I'm thinking I'm going to try some other countries next. I am going to get right into the plan with me. So this is the week we'll be planning in. We're like smack bang in the middle of August. It's kind of exciting because August is the last month of winter for Australia, so literally next month is spring and I cannot wait. So I'm going to do all the usual stuff first. I'm going to do the bottom bar. I'm going to do the weathers. You hear that? The birds? They're waking up too. I think I'll do the bottom like activity boxes as well. Cool, so I'll be right back. So that's done, and I'm going to move on to Monday. I think I'm going to be a little bit all over the place with my planning. I'm going to put down an appointment box because I have Japanese lessons on Monday. And then I think on top of that I might put a full box. These full boxes, how cute are these? Like, they seriously make me want to make like glitter cupcakes. Put this down here. I'm going to put down a to-do list just above that. Then I'll get to put the today label just up here. Then I'll put down, I think, a little hot chocolate sticker, so I'll put that there. Perfect. Okay, so today. Why is today so busy? I'm just going to plan and talk at the same time. Hopefully, I'm trying to get better at doing this. I feel like when I plan and talk, the things I say, I either repeat myself a lot or I kind of go in circles. I'm generally not the most extroverted of people. So having to like have a conversation and talk and stuff like that whilst I do things is not the easiest for me. I'm definitely an introvert at heart. So that's always been a struggle area for me. I want to put down a little glitter here. There we go. It's a little crooked, but it's okay. I can live. I can live. So the original plans of today were essentially just. Should I white that out? I don't think I need to. Like, you can kind of see it, but these stickers are actually quite thick. They're matte, but they're really quite thick. So I'm kind of cheating a little. I might white these ones out, but yeah. The original plan today is about at 11 o'clock we were going to go see one of my friends who's not recently, but I'd say a few months ago went on maternity leave. Oh, also look, my last coffee sticker in my Oh Hello Stationery little sticker thing. I'm gonna put that down now. Feels like such an accomplishment to like get through sticker sheets, especially sticker sheets like this that I don't use all the time. But yeah. So she went on maternity leave not too long ago, so I am going to go see her with another friend. I realize that payday, I'll put a sticker down for that later. I'll move on to Wednesday. And so I've got that planned. That's going to take a couple hours. So that was usually, as I said, I usually film around 10 and 11. And if I'm going to see her at 11, that was my prime filming time. The thing is, because on weekends, you have 2 days on the weekend. So I would usually book something at 11 on one day, and then I'd leave the other day free, typically Sunday, just so that I can do my own thing here. Yesterday, which was Saturday, I actually went to see Violet and Jimmy, and Violet and I have been talking a lot more about stuff regarding like sticker businesses and stuff like that. I don't know, we're thinking of maybe doing some collaborations together. Okay, I just put this down. How cute is this? It's so cute. So yeah, I went to see Violet yesterday on Saturday. That took up most of the day. I went to see her at about 11 o'clock. So by the time I left her place, it was probably around 3:30 or so. So we were there for quite a while. But that basically meant that all the light for the day was gone. I couldn't film at all. That's not gonna fit. No, it's not gonna fit. What? Okay, I'm gonna leave that blank for now. I can always come back to it later. Usually when I film stuff, you either do it at, or if I'm filming stuff with natural light, that is. I should clarify, because with my beauty channel, I have artificial lights for that. I don't use artificial lights when I do my planner stuff, so that's why I rely so heavily on natural light. It's probably not a good thing, to be honest. I really should look at a way to do this more with artificial lights so that I'm not so restricted on when I can film. But then, I don't know. So Saturday was out, and so Sunday I'm seeing Emily after this. So yeah, there's just really no time in the schedule to do the plan with me, so I had to film this morning. And then this afternoon, because usually if I can't film at about 11 or 10, I will hopefully get home at, you know, maybe around 1 or so, because the light is still pretty good at that point as well. So I'm usually pretty happy to go with it then. But we have a repair person coming over to help fix something in the afternoon, so that's out as well. So yes, and that's why I'm up so early. Oh, and the other thing, and so this is the main thing that's been like keeping me very preoccupied. It just really bothers me. So I don't know if I talk about it much on this channel, but I have a few cats that I look after in terms that I have my own pet, Casper, and then I look after, but they don't live in the house, and they can't because Casper absolutely hates them. Casper is not a cat that loves other cats. You will get into fights with them and stuff like that. But essentially these were stray cats that needed a home, and so I wanted to look after them. And so we've done everything. I've neutered them, I feed them every day, we take them to vet checkups. So I fed them last night dinner in the later evening, and I noticed that one of them was very lethargic and was kind of sleeping in one of the beds, and she was not very active. She wasn't willing to get up, which is a bit odd. She's, out of all the other cats, she is probably one of the most skittish. Yeah, she's always been the very active one, and she wouldn't get out of the bed. Even when I put the food down, she very, very, very reluctantly crawled over to come eat dinner. And that's when I realized that she has an injury on her. Oh gosh, it makes me so upset when I think about it. And I don't know what it was. I think she may have gotten into a fight, even though that confuses me. I don't know. Any cat lovers out there might be able to answer this for me better. But she's been desexed for quite a while now. We feed her. She's female. And I don't know, like, she's never come across aggressive to us ever. Ever. She's like the most gentlest thing. But it almost looks like another cat bit her in the back. And I'm like 99.9% sure it's none of the other cats that we look after, because all of them have been desexed. And all of them are extremely passive. Like, they all sleep together, they lick each other, they just seem to really love each other. So I just couldn't imagine any of those doing it. So it must have been another cat. So that's been weighing on my mind, because we have to take her to the vet now. I really want her to go to the vet as soon as possible and get her checked out, because it's Sunday. They don't open till almost 10. They only open for 2 hours on Sunday, 10 to 12. We're going to try calling them closer to 9:30 just to see if we can get in sooner. We really, really want to get her to the vet as soon as possible and get her checked out, and then hopefully, I have a feeling she's going to need stitches. Yes, so that's why my morning is pretty much gone, because if we can get to the vet as soon as possible, if we call at 9:30 and they're like, yeah, take her in, because to me this is, it's like an emergency, but like, I don't know what constitutes as an emergency for animals. The camera cut off as usual. I haven't found a way, because when I'm filming these plan with me's, I'm always looking down at my planner. I'm not looking up at the camera. So when it stops recording, it doesn't beep at me, it doesn't say anything. So I just keep going, and then I look up and I'm like, oh, the little red, it's not recording anymore. That's great. So I stopped, but I did actually this time go back and see where I'd cut off, and it was around when I was putting these stickers down. So you didn't miss much. I just put down 2 ombre heart checklists, and I was really more just discussing what constituted as an emergency for animals. I have no idea. I'm not a vet, so I don't know. But the fact that she is still conscious and eating, to me, makes me think that she's probably... I don't know if the vet would really consider this an emergency per se. I feel like my planning is really off today. Like when I look at the spread now, I'm like, oh, it's not looking the way I normally plan. I feel like I'm a little bit flustered at the moment. I feel like I'm not feeling very myself. I think I would feel a lot better once I get my cat to the vet and I just know what's gonna happen to her. So I think I'm gonna move to the sidebar. I mean, this feels weird and I have a few blank spaces here and there, but I think I'm just gonna move to the sidebar first. So hopefully that resolves itself. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully she'll get her stitches in. It's not like I'm very, oh man, and I got that not straight, and I'm pretty sure these stickers aren't the sort of stickers that will come up easily, will they? Oh, maybe. There you go. It's alright. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Okay, that's a lot straighter. Cool. I'm just gonna put down hydration sticker because I realized this kit doesn't come with any, and I really need to come up with a larger color range because I feel like I'm always like grasping at straws for colors. But yes, I'm not a stranger to cats getting into fight and having to go to surgery. In fact, that is exactly how me and Casper met, because he was one of the stray cats that I was looking after in terms of like I was feeding him every day. Because I didn't have cats, I wasn't familiar with animals or anything like that. We would just, you know, let him hang around, but I didn't see him as like, this is my pet per se. But he was a male, and he was a male. He's still a guy, he's still a male cat, but he wasn't desexed because, again, that was something I didn't know this stuff. In retrospect, I feel so ignorant when I think back about it, but I honestly just didn't know that this stuff existed. So he wasn't desexed, and so as a result, he would get into, I'm gonna move this a bit lower, there we go. He would get into a lot of fights, territory fights, and one day he actually came back a couple times with wounds, but it didn't really strike me as, I don't know why, like in retrospect I'm just like, how could you not have seen that? But I didn't, like I honestly, he seemed fine, he didn't act sick, so I just thought, oh okay, well that's just like a cut, so that's fine. So I would just ignore it, and eventually he would recover and things would just get better again. Well, one time he did get into a fight and it did seem a lot worse than usual, but again I ignored it until the wounds started getting bigger and bigger, and he became, it was like, I mean, for a cat, if the wound's kind of like this size, I don't know, might be exaggerating, but it made me really concerned. Like I'm like, ugh, if I saw that on a human, I'm pretty sure I would want to go see a doctor. So that left me pretty concerned that it had gotten that large. And I kept him around a little longer in terms of like, I didn't take him anywhere, but I kind of like, I brought him in and let him relax and stuff, but he was not acting the same. So eventually I took him to the vet, and the vet was like, oh wow, you really should have taken him in a lot sooner. And that was the thing, because I didn't have a cat, I didn't know who to call, like which vet, what is considered a good vet. So all this sort of stuff was very new to me at the time. And that's when I realized, I was like, oh my god, he might die, because the vet was saying that he could. It's like when it got really real, and then I didn't realize that I actually cared for him so much because I started crying. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm crying over a cat. Now it just seems like, of course I would, because they're my family. But it was all good. Like, happy ending is that he did get his surgery in the end, and I decided to keep him inside, and I got him desexed as well. So he's all good. So I'm familiar with it in that sense, and I know that they can pull through. I know that they're really resilient, and her wound is nowhere as bad as Casper's wound. I am going to put some pen to paper, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I don't know if you can tell, the lighting has gotten a lot better. Well, the sun is almost completely risen now, so that's probably why. But just like looking at the lighting just makes me really happy, so at least it ends on a good note, right? I've been filming for a little over an hour now. I'm gonna wrap this up. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your support. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.